guys, welcome to my first ever video. I'm gonna show you I work on AUs. I'm doing a Danny's World. I'll do Danny's World, Forsaken, Deltarune, Undertale. If you want me to do Undertale or Deltarune, or even Clash of Clans, I will do that. Just say that in the comments. But I'm going to show you on some of the ones I've been working on. Here's my Shrimpo concept. He's like the leader of the group. Level 31. It's like a safe haven. If you guys are not familiar with Danny's World, it's a game on Roblox. Here's one of the people that are infected with, which is Tisha. Pebble is can turn into his twisted form, and he can turn back. He's also Shrimpo's steed, basically. It's basically on the urge of death. This was the original concept. She would be dead. Tegan all cracked up. It sounded odd, but who cares? Toodles and Rogers, here's the original design. I based it off of another YouTuber's design. I'm going to do that for most of the characters, but not all of them. Scraps, nothing wrong with Scraps, just a little damaged in a pec leg. Goob has a shotgun, bandana, injured on the waist. Original design had goggles and trinket. I did add different phases. Well, the two other phases of Flutter are scrapped. This Flutter, I'll show you phase 2 of Flutter. Cocoon. Now originally I always thought that Flutter never had legs, so yeah. Here's V, damaged, and I will add some of my own OCs into the mix. They're not really OCs, I based them off of different characters, like Spamton and Tenna were like a battle droid from Star Wars. Shelly, I based Glisten off his twisted form. Here's Gigi, Razzle and Dazzle, and you may be wondering what the Springy guy is. That's Springy, obviously. He's one of my first ever OCs. I will do a video on him. He doesn't usually have a phone as a hand, so yeah. Now I made it so if the character lost a piece of themselves, like a leg, an ear, or like a hat, or like a part of their face, like Razzle did, Dandy started all this whole infection because he went insane. He can just make people, make objects of the tune, part of the tunes that were part of the tunes and Twisteds. Finn with a spear. I found that a good weapon for him because that's technically involved with fishing. I should add Barnaby. I'm gonna just put in, here's Dandy. He can switch, like, this is like when he's like not being controlled by whatever's controlling him, and this is what he looks like when he's controlled. And he can also turn into a twisted form, which makes it even worse. And here's was his original design. So I'm recording this very late at night, and I have school tomorrow, so I might have to cut this short. This is Brittany. There will be more on the way, but yeah, there will be more on the way, but I'm working on my Forsaken AU, but I stopped that recently. Since there's Louie with other characters, I'll show you that later. Another video. Lots stuck in a machine, but they can go into a capsule and go throughout the garden and stuff. Oh, here's Flutter Phase 3. If you have any suggestions on AUs I should do, please let me know. I'll do that. May not be recognizable, but that's Brusha and a ponytail, and that was a bandage over her bright eye. Gordy is growing vines. I don't want to be too loud because I might move with my parents. Here's Yada. I put some candy coming out of her. Yada's horn. Has a twisted. It's like a chain. Scrap's leg becomes. I made a little detail. That's like the little spines that are actually paper plates or plastic. I'm trying to find any other. Oh, I forgot her name, but it's I think Bassie. I had another book that I had some of the other ones, like the Easter events, but I lost it because I don't know where it went. But this is version 2. Tell me which one I should do. I'll try to do it my best. So next video, which I'll probably send tomorrow, that will be for Astro. That's of his like nightcap. And then this is him. Originally he was going to be blind, but I scrapped that idea. Here's boxed in. Originally it was going to be twisted. Effectively. This is Poppy. Actually, she's blind, but her bow is her eye. So that's a nice detail that I put in. Now, Sprite, Cosmo, and Ginger are the chefs. And this was their original design. Ginger and Cosmo were going to be dead, and Sprite was going to be insane / twisted. Rudy, I'm pretty sure that's how you spell his name, but if it's wrong, please correct me in the comments. And this video is taking longer than I expected. Cole is basically the same as Pebble, but just shorter. Oh. Part of Louie. And then Connie can become like how you can see in Ghosts in cartoons. I put that in there. Well, that's all for tonight / today. So see you guys tomorrow night.